The instructional strategy I'm going to look at is what we call the monster quiz. I use this quite often for low level, level one and level two of Bloom technology as far as basic recall and knowledge. For vocabulary, some basic terms, some basic things that the students need to know in order to have a better understanding of some of the higher order thinking strategies. Very similar to Kahoot, but it has some major advantages in comparison to Kahoot itself. So we all generally use our smartboard, and the smartboard comes with a smart notebook. The smart notebook has what's called a smart tools. And if you look here, this is the smart lab. In smart lab, there's a variety of different activities that you can do. Some of my most popular ones I like to do is shout it out and monster quiz are generally the two type of ones I like to do. There's also super sort, and it's a way to connect the students' iPads or whatever electronic devices you have to your smartboard. So the one that I is picked is called the monster quiz, and then the monster quiz you can easily click on that. It might have you log in through your Google, and then it will set up a name for you. And you can put multiple choice or true and false questions. Very simple type of concepts being taught. I like it as a quick practice before checking for understanding or before a test, or as sometimes a brain break, those type of things to really sum up what we're looking at as far as some of the vocabulary, especially in science. I used it a lot because how much new vocabulary we're giving to the students. And then once you create all of that, I've already created one for us, so we're going to look at the one I created. It is a page, and it says Smart Lab, and you have your monster quiz, and it says Start. And when you click on Start, you will then click on Start, and then the students will go to classlab.com, and they can do this on a Safari or their iPads or anything. That's the nice part. You don't have to have the app. There is an app available for you. And then students welcome sign in. And then I'm signing in through my Google. And then they will ask for a class code, which is 1248. This class code is the same code anytime you use a smart lab. So I actually have it on my board at all times. So that way, anytime we do an activity, we can instantly go into that activity. So then I have my class ID that I need to put in, which is 1248 7846. I join. And I'm just going to assign it as a guest. I guess it was trying to log me in as the teacher version, which does not work out. 487846. And very simple for the students. They get in the process of doing this quite quickly. And you go ahead and you're in. And this is the student view. And we can switch back, and this is the teacher view. So there will be all of the different students in here, and they can divide into teams. Obviously, it's just me, so we can't divide into teams. So there's one person participating. And then this will allow me to start the quiz. Once the quiz is started, I will go ahead, and it does have little songs and stuff that goes with it. I generally don't make the sound too loud because the students will start to get a little too rambunctious. And on the actual game itself, it has the question, 10 seconds or so to answer it. They're quite simple questions. Oh, I got the wrong answer. Then it has me move on to the next question. I got the right answer, and I purposely did the first one wrong because then it will go back to that same one and eliminate the one that I chose that was wrong. And then once I get it correct, then it continues on. And then those are just two simple questions that I put in there. And the neat part is on here, there's a little monster, and all of the students' points add up, and they get points for having it correct the first time and getting it done in a timely fashion. So it's not just getting it done fast. And then at the end, all of their scores come together, and it randomly picks different students from the classroom. They don't actually have to sit next to each other, but they're working together in a way to gain those points. But I like it in comparison to Kahoot, because Kahoot has it on the board, and this way is a way for students to work individually. And if they're struggling, no one notices their struggles, and then they can't hide as easily as sometimes when they do the Kahoot. So this is a little strategy to get students engagement, to practice some very low level ideas, but there's things that they need to ultimately know in order to move on to the higher level. And I find it a key way, once I get it up, the students want to do it one or two times in a row, and it's not like boring to them, and they're like, oh, we got to do this again. So it's easy, and it doesn't take very long. And in fact, if you want to look more into any of the smart tools, I find a lot of smart tools have a lot of useful things that I have used quite often in being able to have the students give responses that all can see. Okay, so that is my instructional strategy.